Okay, so this is the quick run through of my level for my minifig. I got the Spartan, but I only had this little guy here, so he could be used. Okay, so the Spartan, who's here, has sword, spear which you can throw that does more damage than the sword and stuns enemies. A shield which you get to later on that allows him to slam a shield into the wall and then jump, effectively giving him twice the amount of height in a jump. These little apples dotted around the level which regenerate health. The Spartan also has a move called Spartan Kick, which lets him break things like boxes and other such pieces of debris. This is one of the enemies. He's the archer. He takes 2 hits from the sword or 1 hit from the spear. Most of the time the archers are about that high up, so the player can jump up and hit them or just throw the spear at them. This is the second enemy, the swordsman. He runs straight at the player as soon as they're in the line of sight, so if there was a swordsman behind here, then he wouldn't be able to. He'd just keep patrolling until that got destroyed, and then he went straight at him. He takes 3 hits with the sword or 2 hits with the spear. Then you have the boss here. The boss has 2 encounters. The first encounter where he drops the shield, and the second encounter where you actually kill him. The first encounter, he has 2 moves, one which is a vertical slash, which hits directly in front of him, and the Spartan must jump backwards to get out of the way of that, or face losing health. He also has a lower horizontal slash, which he swoops down, that the Spartan warrior can jump over when timed right. Okay, so that's the character side. On with the video. Okay, so whilst on a hunt, our Spartan King Leonardus over here fell asleep in the mountains, only to wake up to find some bandits had stolen his shield. He then used his hunting knowledge to track them to their hideout. The game opens with 2 swordsmen running straight towards you that you must then hit 3 times with the sword or twice with the spear to defeat. After they're defeated, you enter through the gate to the bandit/mercenary camp. When you get to roughly here in the level, these 3 will suddenly appear and start shooting towards you. You can jump over the arrows or jump out the way of them if you time it correctly, and you can either jump up and hit them with the sword, or you can throw the spear directly at them and pretty much kill them in 1 hit. This then leads on to the 3rd part of phase 1, which has 1 swordsman here and another swordsman at the back here. The player must run through here, kill the swordsman, use his Spartan Kick ability to kick this down, and then this swordsman will charge at him. The Spartan must then kill him. Okay, upon entering stage 2, the Spartan warrior here will be confronted by the boss over here. He will send out his 4 minions, the first of which you can jump up and attack this one with your sword, but the other one has to be killed with the spear. These 2 swordsmen can be killed either way. Once the swordsmen are dead, as well as the archers, you'll then be attacked by the boss. At this stage, the boss takes 8 hits from any of your weapons to kill. Upon hitting the boss will run towards you and use one of his 2 moves once every 1.5 seconds. The Spartan must either jump out the way or jump up to avoid them. And then after hitting him 8 times, he will run away, jumping up these as he goes, but knocking off the first one, making it look almost impossible for the Spartan to go there. A shield will let the boss then drops the shield, hits the floor, so the Spartan can now collect his shield again. The more observant players will notice that the box over here that can be kicked with a Spartan kick. You can walk over and get some apples to get yourself back. The shield can then be used to do the shield jump, which can get you up to either this ledge or this ledge. Either one of these ledges. The player can then easily jump over to this ledge and up onto this one, but they must then use the shield jump to jump up to there, and then again over here, and again over to there, or jump across using the shield jump, leading then into the second part of phase 2. Okay, so the second part of phase 2, you see the Spartan warrior, so with the light here, confronted by a swordsman. He must kill the swordsman quickly, and then kick this debris over. Kicking this debris will launch it past this second swordsman, forming something of a staircase to get onto this bridge over here. But that's there. The player must then kill this swordsman, and then jump up. Upon getting to here, they will just be able to see the edge of what looks like a platform up here. They must use their shield jump to get over to it, and kill. The archer will only attack as the player gets up to here. So when the player gets to here and kills the archer, there's another apple on the floor over there to get some more health back. Now the bridge here, the shaded in parts are completely destroyed. The half shaded in parts, such as this one and that one, and those two, will disappear after being stood on for 0.5 seconds. The rest of them are fine. So the player must walk to here, jump himself over the first one, land on here, get off that before the 0.5 seconds is up, run across before the 0.5 seconds is up there, jump over this one. The next part would be sort of quick because they'd have to jump over this one, then before that fourth jump over, before that fourth jump over, then land there, making that pretty much impossible to go back to, as there's, well, too much of a gap. Okay, and that leaves us with phase 3. Okay, the final part of the level, phase 3. The player will walk in and see a scene where the boss over here, who has a cliff right behind him, will throw one of a random swordsman off the edge that he's obviously displeased with in some manner. This is used to give the player something of a hint of how to actually defeat the boss, implying that you have to knock him off the edge. The boss will then send out 2 swordsmen and 2 of these. With the shield jump, he can either jump up and attack these 2 up here, and then jump across with the shield jump again to attack this one, or he can throw the spear at them and then and then attack these at the bottom. Now, once all of these are dead, the boss will run straight to the center of the path of the level, and then require the player to knock him back. A knockback occurs after being hit twice. From the center of the screen, it requires 8 knockbacks to knock the boss to the very edge of the screen here. He'll remain dangling on the edge of the cliff 3 seconds. The player must then run up, use his Spartan kick to kick him off the edge to in turn defeat the boss. The boss, however, has gained a new move, which is the shockwave move, which hits straight all the way across this. It will clear the entire field basically. And the player must jump, use his shield jump to basically double jump out the way of this move. Every time he's not attacked for 2 seconds, he will take 1 step forward. Every 2 steps equals 1 extra knockback. So, for example, if in the center, the player were to knock him back 4 times, meaning that they'd only need 4 left, but then they left him for 4 seconds, he would have moved forward 2 steps, meaning the player would now need to get 5 knockbacks in order to knock him onto the edge and kill him. From the starting point here, it takes 16 hits in order to knock him off, which increases for every 2 steps he takes. Once the player has knocked the boss off the edge, our little King Leonardo over here would then be returning back to Sparta, and such is the end of the level.